everybody, XPGamesNL here, and welcome back to a new video. Today we're doing something different. I'm not playing Fire Emblem Path of Radiance or doing some hacking stuff. I got a pretty good idea a couple of days ago, and I was wondering, there's so many consumable items in Fire Emblem Echoes, and it surprised me that no one has really done a tier list on these. It's just, I find it funny. I just thought, why not make a tier list on exactly all of the consumable items in Fire Emblem Echoes, and look at what you guys think of all of the consumable items in Fire Emblem Echoes. Because, let's be honest, no one has ever done this, and I thought that would be a little fun idea, a little fun video, not too special, not too interesting. Yeah, I was like, why don't we make a video listing and rating all of the consumable items in Fire Emblem Echoes just to see how it plays out, shall we? Before we get started and I go over the tiers, I do want to mention that I do not include, or did not include, the 7-11 special items in Fire Emblem Echoes. Because there was this very wacky event where 7-11 did a crossover with Fire Emblem Echoes, and you could get like spicy chicken and stuff in Fire Emblem Echoes, which is absolutely hilarious. I have no idea why that is a thing. Let's just get started. There's a couple of items in Fire Emblem Echoes game files that can only be unlocked via special events. I'm not listing those because, well, I didn't think they would be interesting to take a look at, because these are the items that everyone sees in the game. Yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to say before starting. So, I hope you enjoyed this type of video, by the way. It's something else. If you want me to do more tier list kind of things, let me know, and let me know what you'd like to have rated and put in the tier list as well. I could like rate every single weapon in Fire Emblem Echoes. I could make a tier list of that as well. That could be fun. Anyway, let's get started with the tiers. First of all, we have "This is amazing." This is a quote that I believe Faye says in Fire Emblem Echoes whenever she has something that's absolutely delicious. Yeah, this will be the S tier. If something is extremely good, we'll put it in this tier. I think, oh, by the way, you guys can also fill in this tier list yourselves. Then there's the "Can I really have this?" a Jenny quote. Jenny said this during when she gets something that she really likes. Then there's "I've had worse," something that Saber says. Which, "Can I really have this?" Okay, so "This is amazing" is the best food in the world. If I really like something, I'll put it in "This is amazing." And if there's something I actually do not really like, or that I like, but it's not the best in the world, then it's "Can I really have this?" "I've had worse" is something that I'd rather not. Or like, "I've had worse." This particular tier is like, I don't think it's particularly great. I may love the flavor, it may taste good, but it's not really super special. It's like the middle grounds. This is like, okay, I can eat this, but I can eat this and I kind of, you know, would eat it again, but I prefer a lot of stuff over this. Beggars can't be choosers. I hope I spelled that right. This is the tier where there's something that is edible, and I'll put some stuff in here that I think is in case of emergency, or like, I'll put stuff in this tier that I think I like to eat this, but it's not that nice. Or how do I say that? I'll put stuff in this tier that I do not really wish to eat out of myself, but if I have to, then I'll put it in there. And then we have "I ain't picky, but really," for all of the junk food and all of the garbage stuff and all of the stuff I really do not want to eat, because some of it is absolutely horrible. Some of the stuff that's in here is disgusting. Alright, so let's get started. This is the closed bottle of ale. Now, a fun thing about Fire Emblem Echoes is that Fire Emblem Echoes has the ale, it has leftover ale, it has wine, and it also has ram wine. Thing is back in development, the devs wanted to make ale and wine and such. They wanted to make those items consumable, but they eventually removed that feature due to underage characters who could potentially drink, I think. I do not remember why they removed the feature. They did remove it though. This is the closed bottle of ale. I'm not a big fan of alcohol myself. I know that Sleeper is a very big fan of alcohol. I've never had ale though. I've never had stuff like this. I do not know what it tastes like, so I'll put it in beggars can't be choosers because I'm absolutely not sure about what it tastes like. I have no clue. I'll put it there. I have no idea. Now we have ambrosia. Ambrosia, I do not know specifically what it was. It was like a plant kind of thing. So it's the vegetable. And vegetables are pretty good. This increases your physical defense. Now, even though it gives stat boosters, I have no idea if I'm going to like it or not. I'm going to put ambrosia because I do not know what it tastes like. I'm going to put it in I've had worse, because this is a fantasy food item that I'll probably never get to eat in my life. I'll put it in here because I think it's just a plant. How bad can it be? It might be pretty hard to eat though. If it boosts your defense, I'd imagine that this is a pretty hard to eat plant. Alright, so Pegasus cheese. Boost your speed. I am a sucker for cheese. That might be because I'm Dutch, but I love cheese. I absolutely love cheese to bits. I might put it in This Is Amazing, but I'm not sure because I have never had Pegasus cheese. And I've also never had, and the closest thing to a Pegasus is a horse. I've never had horse cheese. So I wouldn't know if Pegasus cheese is particularly tasty. I don't know. I'll put it. Can I really have this? It's cheese. How bad can it be, right? I do not know. I might just put it in I've had worse then, because I just do not know. I'll put it here. This is the blue cheese. Now, again, I am a big sucker for cheese, but this is more like the French cheese, and I'm not really a big fan of French cheese. I'll put it here, simply because I do not know what that food tastes like as well. You'll hear me say that a lot because I do not eat a lot of different foods. I'm quite picky when it comes to eating. But to be fair, I'll put it here. There's worse things to eat than blue cheese. Now then we have the regular bread, and this looks like German bread. There's a particular type of German bread, and this particular item icon looks exactly like that. I'll put it in... Shall I put it here, and can I really have this, or This Is Amazing? Because it's just a simple... It's just bread. I've had this multiple times. Depends on what type or who baked the bread, because if it's crispy, then I absolutely love it. If it's not, then it's can I really have this? Because this is very tasty bread. It's actually incredibly good. Then we have butter. I love butter. I'll put butter in can I really have this? Even though it's just gnawing on a piece of butter, that might not be as tasty, but I'll put it there just for the sake of because I like butter, but gnawing on a stick of butter might not be as tasty. Yeah, we have a carrot, and I'll put that in This Is Amazing. I absolutely love carrots. Carrots are pretty freaking tasty. Or should I put it in? Nah, would I rather eat a carrot than bread? Ooh, this is hard. I think I'll put it in Can I Really Have This? Because I'm not a complete sucker for carrots, but I do love them. I think I'll put them on the same line as these. Or should I put them here? I'm also doubting, maybe I should put bread on This Is Amazing as well, because it's bread. I might just do that, actually. That might be... I'll just stick with that. It's really hard. We might switch things around later a bit. But I absolutely love carrots. They're delicious. Then we have Dagon Filet. And Dagon Filet is basically dragon meat. And that sounds very delicious. I've never eaten a dragon. That much was probably obvious. But I like to put it here. Or should I put it here? Because I've never had it. Just like the fancy foods here. And it's meat. And I love meat. The thing is meat, very tasty stuff. I might put it here. Shall I put it here? I'll put it in Can I Really Have This? Because I haven't eaten a dragon. But I think it will be very tasty. Dried shieldfish. Easily, This Is Amazing. I've never had a shieldfish before. But the thing is the shieldfish, if it's a fish, I love fish. This might be very tasty. I love my sushi. I love my my fried fish. I'll put it in This Is Amazing because it's fish. I absolutely love that. This is the dried meat. I could put it there. This Is Amazing. I'll put it there. This Is Amazing. Because, you know, dried meat. I absolutely love meat. What I find interesting is that when making this tier list, I take a look at, like, this is all the items that cover fatigue. But what's interesting is drinking water is like, how's that supposed to fill you up? How's that supposed to be consumable? I'ma put it in... you can see, by the way, that down here there's the save download tier list thing. There's a notification popping up. Don't put your mind too much on that. I'm putting it at Beggars Can Be Choosers because if I get water, fair enough. But I wouldn't at all. I prefer all of this above water and ale. Duma Mas, I ain't picky, but really. Why do I put Duma Mas here instantly? It's Duma Mas. The name has Duma in it. I vaguely remember its description or something stating that it's pretty garbage. It's really rare, but I think it would taste awful. I think it would be horrible to eat. That's why I'm putting it in the I ain't picky. Again, it's fancy food. I've never had this, of course, but also it's moss. Who eats moss? Who eats moss? I don't. Exotic spice? I'm putting it there. Why do I put it there? Not because I've never had it and I think it would taste awful, but I'm putting it here because these exotic spices are worth 3 gold marks. It would be idiotic if you decided to eat these instead of selling them for a lot of gold. For 3 gold marks. I'm putting it in that bottom tier. Why? Because I ain't picky, but really? Really, dude? Do you really want me to eat this? It's valuable as shit. Why do you want me to eat this? It's not even a stamp booster, bro. Just sell it already. We have yogurt. I'll put it here. And I've had worse. Not a too big fan of yogurt. But it's fine, I guess. I've never really eaten that much yogurt. I'd rather eat some of these than yogurt. And I'm doubting, should I put Pegasus cheese and Can I Really Have This? I'll put it there. Assuming that it tastes like cheese, I'll put it there. I made up my mind. Oh, flour. Where shall I put that? Bottom tier. Flour is absolutely horrible. You shouldn't eat that stuff. If you have other options, do not eat flour. It's dumb. Do not eat it. It's absolutely horrible. Oh, I'm not going to eat this. I do not know what dry flour tastes like. Why? because I never did a Bismix. I never stuffed my mouth full of flour. Also, Bismix, if you're watching this, that was fucking awesome, dude. That was... He went so far for the meme to eat just flour. That was insane. How? Bismix, if you watch this, let me know in the comments, please. Or could you please let me know if you too think that it should belong here in the tier where you shouldn't fucking eat it because it's disgusting. Because it's so hard to eat. Ah, well. Hey, garlic. I'll put it in Beggars Can't Be Choosers. Why? Because I also partially care about my breath in Fire Emblem Echoes. Say for an example, you walk up to, I don't know, Katria, or you walk up to May, and you're like, hey, how you doing? And you're trying to start a conversation, talk to Bowie, perhaps even walk up to Celica. Hey, Celica, your hair is looking beautiful today. Where are we going? You smell out of your mouth because of the garlic. And I just don't like garlic. I do not want my mouth. Maybe that's not my top priority, but that's garlic. I'm not a big fan of garlic. There's no vampires in Fire Emblem Echoes, so they're kind of useless for defending against vampires. So, I just say put it there. I'm not a big fan, and it makes you stink out of your mouth. Then again, it keeps the people from Rigel away, probably, if you stink out of your mouth. But, I'm putting it here. Not a big fan of garlic. When you talk to or Clive about what the next move will be in the army, and you ate garlic, that will be a very unpleasant war meeting. Golden Apple. This is actually interesting because Golden Apple is quite interesting. I'm putting it in Beggars Can't Be Choosers. Now you might be sitting here like, whoa, XP, why? Why do you put it there? It's a golden apple. It gives you a full level. It should be amazing. It's a golden apple. Apples, if we're just going... There's one thing I'd like to say. I'm very skeptical when it comes to these foods. I could put it here, and this is amazing, because I absolutely adore apples. They're so delicious. But this is a golden apple. And my teeth are not able to get through that layer of gold. If it's actually a literal golden apple, good luck eating that. It gives you a full level, because it gives you like 100 experience for trying to get through the apple. But it feels a bit useless to put it in like, this is amazing. Because, bro, I can't get through this golden layer. I'll put it in... I could put it in I've had worse. I'll put it in the middle to compensate. Because if it was an apple, it would be here. But if it's actually solid gold, then it would be here. Because I'm not gnawing on the metal. I'll put it in the middle ground. Because it's a golden apple. Nether grenade looks delicious though. It looks like a fruit with grapes inside of it. I've never had one, but I think it's a very, very sweet piece of fruit. I'll put it in... Can I really have this? And if I remember correctly, this is the item that increases your skill. Well, obviously I do not need that because I'm the most skillful Fire Emblem player around. I don't know, just kidding. I'll put it here because I've never had it, but it looks absolutely delicious. Then we have ham. Ham, solid. This is amazing because it's delicious. I love ham. Ham is good. Ham is life. That's just amazing. Nothing else to add. I gnaw down on a piece of ham before I eat a dragon. Because I do not know what a dragon tastes. Hey, it might just taste like you're eating part of a volcano, perhaps. This is a Dagon fillet, so it might be like gnawing on coral. I don't know. I really love to find out what these things taste like, but I have no idea. Now we have hard bread. This is more of a weapon than a food item. If you've ever had specific pieces of bread, if you had bread like this, there's the Kaiser bread in Germany, and they are pretty crunchy and sturdy bread. They're hard bread. If you leave those out in the open air for a day, they'll become hard like bricks. And that is what this is too. I'll put it in beggars can be choosers. Why? This is very hard to get through. It's bread. It would probably taste as good as this. Unless this bread has been in a barrel for like 2 years, then it's probably already gone, or there's maggots inside. Which, in that case, I'll put it here. Same with drinking water, by the way. That would be disgusting. But the hard bread, it's really hard to get through. I'd like to eat it, but it's like a last resort. I really wouldn't like to eat this. I have no clue what it tastes like. Or I have a clue, I kind of have a clue what bread tastes like, but this would be so hard to get through. I'd rather eat some of this than this hard bread. Medicinal syrup, I have no idea what this is. It looks like it's some kind of lemonade drink. It looks like strawberry lemonade. I'll put it in the I've had worse. Why? Because I'll get to that in a bit. Because that also includes the mana herbs, but this looks pretty cool. It looks like it tastes good. It has an L in fatigue. It helps a lot with fatigue and also with health. It restores like 30 HP if I remember correctly. This is pretty darn good, I think. I don't know. Herring, well, it's a fish. I'll put it in can I really have this? Because, well, it's a fish. Looks delicious. I think it might taste good. I have no clue. But I think this herring would be a lot more tasty than all the items at the bottom. And I'd rather eat a herring than gnaw on some yogurt, for an example. Or eat a solid golden apple. Next is the holy cheese, and this one is the holy grail. This is probably my favorite food on the list, together with one other item, or 2 other items. Why? Simply because it's cheese. This is cheese, and I love cheese. This is tasty. This looks good. I love cheese. That's why I'm putting it here. I love to eat cheese over all of this. Honey. I'll put honey in. Can I really have this? I'm putting it there because it's honey. Honey, it looks pretty tasty. It's pretty sweet. I like honey. I might put it here. Thing is I never ate too much honey. So, well, no, actually, can I really have this? I'd like to chow down on honey rather than eat, like, yogurt. I'll put it there. I'll keep it there. I guess. I've never ate too much honey, so I wouldn't really know. We also have mana herbs. I'll put it in I've had worse, because I have no clue what these things taste like. Now, this might just taste like a salad. You need 3 of these, and you need to give it to a person in Sophia Harbor, and he can make medicinal syrup for you. I think this tastes like a plant. This tastes like salad. If it doesn't, then uh-oh. But I think I'll stick with this. Thank you. With I've had worse. I'd rather eat some of this than chow down on this. This is nectar. It increases luck. I guess I'll put it in I've had worse because I don't really know if I'm going to like it. It might be extremely sweet. If it's real like plant nectar, then I'll put it there because it's basically plant sugar. I'll put it here. I find that a pretty solid place to put it. Also, I do not know if you notice this as well, but when I look at the item icon for nectar, it always looks like, to me, like an angry face, because you have the eyebrows right there, and the little green dots are the eyes, and then there's a mouth. That's always what I think of when I see the nectar bottle. Fruit of Life increases HP. I think I'll put it here because it's fruit. And it looks very tasty. It's triangle fruit. Who doesn't like triangle fruit? I'll put it there. That might be a good place to put it. I kind of like that. Same for the orange, by the way. It's both are very tasty fruits. I guess I'll put them there because, well, just reasons. I think they're both very tasty. At least the Fruit of Light looks tasty. I do not love oranges as much as apples, but oranges are pretty darn good as well. We have ram wine. I'm putting ram wine in beggars can be choosers. Why I'm putting it here is because I like to think that I like wine, but I've never really had wine. But the reason I'm putting it here is because this seems like very strong wine. This seems like wine that would make you absolutely... It would, like, make you drunk so quickly. Then I'm putting it here. It would be very impractical in battle. I'm not the demo man from Team Fortress 2. I wouldn't drink ram wine and get drunk on the battlefield. I guess I could say the same for wine then. I don't really know if I like wine or not because I've never had it. I think of myself more as a wine person than a beer person. But hey, I've had neither that much, so I've never drunk wine and never really had a real beer. So I can't say for sure, but it's alcohol, and I wouldn't like to drink alcohol. We have raw meat. Not a big fan of raw food. Beggars can't be choosers. Why? This is a raw meat. I'd rather just have cooked meat. Like a herring. That's the thing. Does this herring count as raw meat or cooked meat? Because it doesn't look cooked. If it's a raw... The item icon in-game, or the item in-game also looks uncooked. I might just slide it down. So I've had worse, because I just realized if it's uncooked, I wouldn't like to have this. This also doesn't look uncooked. I'll put it there anyway. But yeah, what I would like to say, this is raw meat. Not a big fan of raw meat. That's all I can say. Sausages, some of my favorite foods in the world. I absolutely love sausages. Frankfurters and like grill sausages. Anything meat, anything sausage, I love. And I know that kind of sounds a little bit gay, but I just love sausages, bro. Oh my god, I love sausages. Then we have cold soup. No, actually, I ain't picky, but really, and I'll put soup in beggars can't be choosers. Why? Because I don't like soup. I'm not a big soup fan. I am a big Super Mario Maker fan, but not a big fan of soup. Yeah, I just do not really enjoy soup that much. Just saying. That's actually all there is to that. I just don't like soup. And cold soup is cold soup. It has probably been inside the barrel or crate, like, maybe for years. It would be pretty disgusting. And given that I'm not really a big fan of soup anyway, that would be pretty darn bad. Next we have Soma. This looks like a banana. And if it's a banana, I'll put it here, the neutral. I've had worse tier. Why? Simply because if I were to eat this, I do not know if it tastes like a banana. It also kind of does not look like a banana. I have no clue what it is. If it was a banana, it would be S tier, of course. But now I'm just putting it down here. I have no clue what it tastes like. So I'll refrain from putting it higher up in the tier. And then the last two items, we have Sweet Cookie. Now, I love sweet stuff. I love cookies. This is a match made in heaven. Cookies are amazing. I'll put it over here because cheese reigns supreme. Everyone knows that. So, cheese, sweet cookie, sausage. Those are the top three. Sweet cookie is really, really good. And finally, we have the final item, leftover ale. I ain't picky, but really. The reason I'll put it there is because leftover ale has been drunk by someone. Get that. Someone has already drunk this, and you're now like, oh, this random stranger that we saw leave the inn or the bar. They left their ale on the table. Celica, this looks pretty nice though, doesn't it? You should give this to freaking Bowie and have him catch 20 diseases. Because it's fantasy, bros. It's medieval times. I just say, no, we're not going to do this. I'm putting it there. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm not a big fan of ale anyway, of alcohol, but this is something someone has already drunk out of. So, yeah, I'm putting it there. So that concludes the tier list. I know it's a little bit of a silly idea, silly video, but I've ranked all of the food items on how much I'd like to eat them. If you give me any of the top 2 row stuff, you'll hear me say, oh my god, or like the top row, you'll hear me say, oh my god, this is freaking delicious, oh my god. If you give me this, I might say that too for like the top 3 or so. Well, just the top 2 rows is like, oh my god, this is very, very delicious. I've had worse, and beggars can be choosers, just like, it's alright. It's like Cliff saying, well, it's food. And this is, bleh. That's the bleh tier, because this is, stuff I would definitely not like to eat for various reasons. I do not seem to be very picky from this list, but trust me, I kinda am very picky. That's actually all there is to it. I do not have anything else to say at the moment. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the thumbs up button. Be sure to click on the subscribe button. If you want to see more content like this, let me know in the comments down below what your tier list is, what food you like the most from the Echoes Consumables. It's a wacky one-off video I just wanted to make. Yeah, I will try to see if you... I do not know if you guys can access this tier list yourselves. I have no clue. And yeah, without that being said, thanks for watching. I'm XPGamesNL, and I will see you guys all next time. Have a good day, and be sure to subscribe and eat your vegetables, kids. Woohoo!